Being in God's perfect will. Let me adjust this up a little bit. It's not always an easy thing to accomplish. Some men just seem to fall directly into it without any trouble. I, on the other hand, have a Moses attitude that I'm always wanting to run ahead of God. Put that a little closer for me, will you, man? Make sure it's focused in. And so now, after years of trouble, God getting me to where He wanted me, about a week or so ago, I'm 60 years old, and right around my 60th birthday, the Lord told me that He says, now I can build onto you. And see, now, if I had known in my 30s that God was going to wait until I was 60 before He would start that process of building ministry onto us, I would have been so discouraged. But I look back from it here, and it seems like everything just went by fairly quickly. And the Lord has taken me through several processes of which He wanted me to learn certain things, and I'm raising family and had all kind of things going on, and wasn't actually allowed to go take any kind of schooling to learn things about the Bible, but that's okay, because as long as I have the Bible, you know. And I did sort of go to school. I've studied underneath certain men like James Dobson, Dr. James Dobson, the Christian child psychologist, that James Dobson. I studied under Dwight Thompson for years, the Pentecostal preacher. Also Chuck Swindoll. From Fullerton, California. And of course Dr. Lester Sumrall, that's right here in Indiana. And through all this process God has taken me through, getting me into His perfect will, that He could bless me. You know, He trained Moses for 80 years. You know, I'm 20 years ahead of Moses. Well, God hasn't added anything onto me yet, so I better not say. It might take Him 20 years and, you know, get me to that place. But you know, I would like to say to people, don't be discouraged. The flesh is always wanting to get it done now. My wife is like that. When I tell her something, I say, hey, we need to get this. She says, well, can't it wait till tomorrow? I'm like, hey, I'm at payday, you know, week and a half away or whatever. And the flesh is like that. It's always wanting to get stuff done and out of the way. And if you ever notice, the more carnal a person is, the more they want to do it now, type of thing. And I'm guilty. I wanted to do it yesterday. I would have loved to do this ministry in my 30s and be in good health. I'd had great strength. I'd had virility. I'd have, you know, excitement, charisma. I'd be right in there doing my thing. But then again, maybe that's not what God wanted. Maybe God wanted for me to shut up enough to let Him through. Maybe He wanted to calm down and be humble before Him so that God could work through me, you know. And that's pretty much all we are. We're God's tools. We're His instruments of faith. We're His We are God's pliable clay that He uses and molds us and folds us into this place where He wants us to be. And finally, when He gets us looking like this classical vase, not vase. A vase is something that costs $11 at Walmart. A vase is something that costs $90,000. You know what I mean? So, and that's the only difference between the two. And you can stick flowers in both of them. Except you probably wouldn't want to stick flowers in a vase. So, but God, God is making that out of all of this. He's making something classical. He's making something good. And He's making something great. But God's not going to use a dirty instrument. He's not going to use you before your time. It's like a good wine that you have at dinner. You don't want to use it before it's ready. And God will not use us before we're ready. And the Lord even mentioned that in the Bible one time, and how He talked about wine. The Lord knew the process. He created it. Okay? So, and just like us, He's creating something special, something admirable. God is creating something here that will last forever. And He's not going to use you, and He's not going to use me before our time, but He will wait till we are ready and in His perfect will within our hearts, that our hearts can function and be able to comprehend and to be able to love when it's supposed to love, and be able to walk away from something when it's supposed to walk away, turn the other cheek, and that type of thing. Okay. So anyway, I'm here in my new home. I told you I was getting a new home, and it's a FEMA trailer. And this one looks like it's never been lived in before. There's not a lot of, it's just got a lot of untouched stuff. You can tell it's untouched. And it's not that it's new. You can tell it's not new, but it's probably 2004, 2005, something like that. Back when Katrina went through. And it's big in here. I like this. And we'll get settled in. Got a good outside. And God has placed us here. We went from an 1,800 and something square feet down to about 900, so we're like half the space that we had. But that's sometimes God's got to do that to you to get you that place where He wants you. Okay? Alrighty, God bless. We'll get this on YouTube. And join us again tomorrow when we will be back right here on Crossing the Middle Ministry with another great subject. God bless.